Hello everyone, welcome to 450 DSA Cracker Series. Uh, till now, we have done total 19 questions. Last question is rearrange the array in alternate positive and negative items with 0, 1 extra space. We have already did this. You can check our last solution over the channel. And today it's 27th and today is 21st day of our 450 DSA Cracker Series. And today we are heading to our next question, that is find if the array there is any subarray is sum with sum equal to 0. So this is one of the basic problems what we see in our DSA is that this is one of the questions which is asked in Paytm as well as Adobe software development roles, and in which it is asked to find a given array, find if there is a subarray with sum 0, return true or false depending on whether the subarray is present with 0 sum or not. So for example, if this array is present, subarray is kind of subset only. Like in set, as we see that if a set is present, then there are also a subset. Similarly, in array there is a subarray. So it is asking that by taking the elements from the array and adding up them, can we get a sum of 0? Here you can see that using 2 comma 3 2 comma minus 3 comma 1, we can make a subarray that's whose sum is equal to 0. Okay, this is equal to 0. Hence there is a subarray of 2 comma minus 3 comma 1, which can by adding up them, by adding these elements, we can return 0. Hence it is a true, it gives a true for this condition that there is a subarray with sum 0. Okay, so let's head on to the our approach what we will use here to solve this question. As you can see that it is given that class and solution is defined. Let me code first and then I will explain it to you how I got it. Python is case sensitive, so we have to write true or false in capital. This should be taken into consideration or into your head that Python is case sensitive, hence you have to be very careful with the words. Okay, let's compile this code and check whether it is working or not for the given test case. Yes, it is working for the given test case. True, because 2 minus 3 and 1 can form a 0, can return a 0 as a sum, and hence this array has a subarray from which by adding up them we can get a 0. So hence it is giving a true. So now submit this. Let's submit this code and check whether it passes all test cases or not. Yes, it is passes all test cases and we have gained points. I did this question before. I have explained to you because I have to be very careful because it is a full and final video. Let me explain how these steps line by line how I got this. First we have defined a class solution then we have defined a function of subarray exist. Then we have then this is an important step where we have started our coding. We have created an empty set called prefix sum. This set will store the cumulative sums we encounter as we go through the array. Sets allow fast lookups, and then we have given that total is equal to 0 initializes a variable total to keep track of the running sum of elements as we iterate through the array. In next step we have created a loop using for. This is a loop that goes through each element in the array, and then we have incremented total adds the current number num to running total, so total now contains cumulative sum of the elements for beginning of the array up to the current index. Then we have again created iterated if. This line is very important for this code because in this line checks for two conditions, like for total is equal to 0 or total in prefix sum. Total is compared with 0. If the running sum becomes 0 at any point, it means the sub array from the start of the array to current index sums to 0. And total prefix sum, total in prefix sums, if this running total was already seen before, it means that for this condition it means that elements between previous occurrence and now cancel out to 0. Okay, in next step we have return it for true, and then we have iterated added total, in which if we haven't found 0 sum subarray yet, we store the current total in the set for the future reference, and then we have written false for else conditions. If the loop completes, we never found a sum equal to 0 in a subarray, it will return false. In this way we got our solution for this code, and this is one of the basic problems for the DSA asked in Paytm and Paytm and Adobe. So go through this, and all the best for your placements. Thank you.